Well, Michael, some of government's domestic creditors, especially individual bondholders who did not tender their bonds under the domestic debt exchange program for new ones, say that they are disappointed with government. Their reason is that since February 6, there's been a series of bonds that have matured, and as is usually the case, government was expected and is expected to pay the coupon payments and the principals on these bonds. But that has not been the case. On the 27th of February, the individual bondholders formed a coalition, met the finance minister in his office, and one of the key issues they raised was that there was a lack of information coming from the finance ministry as to when and why these bonds have not been paid and when they are going to be paid. So right after that meeting, the finance ministry released a statement, and it said in that statement that government was going to begin the payment of coupons and principals of bonds that have matured from the 13th of March. Yesterday, Monday, was the 13th of March, and that did not happen. These payments have not been made. And also, there's been nothing from the finance ministry explaining why this has not been done. So I caught up with Dr. Edu Ananientri. He is the convener for the Pensioner Bondholders Forum.
This market strive for information. If there is something happening and people know that this is happening, they are okay. They don't panic. Investors believe that by this day I should get my coupon, I should get my principal. If it's not going to happen, if it's going to happen, you don't have a problem. You don't inform anybody that it's going to happen, because that is a rule, that is a requirement that you must pay at this time. So there's no need calling people to say we are going to pay. But if you think or you know it's not going to happen, then to avoid people, going through all these challenges, why haven't my calling people, have you been paid? They say I haven't been paid. You call your bank, my account be credited, we haven't got it. Then people speculate, what is happening? Is it that the government doesn't have money to pay? What is it? Then you are disturbing the market. But if you came out and said, look, I'm supposed to pay you today, but as a result of ABC, I may not be able to pay today. Meanwhile, I'm working seriously to resolve whatever issues you have, and very soon you will see payment reflecting in your account. Then everybody is happy and knows that you are going to make the payment. But if there is no information, then you allow speculation to be going around. Everybody has its own interpretation.
Now, the argument has been made that when government announced a debt restructuring program, it was actually putting out information to investors that it did not have the capacity to honor its debt obligations. And so individual bondholders who refused to tender their bonds under the domestic debt exchange program knew exactly what they were doing, and they knew that government would have difficulty to honor coupon payments and principal payments when they are due. So I asked Dr. Duanani this question, but he explained that pensioner bondholders were exempted from the domestic debt exchange program by government itself, and so this logic cannot be applied to them.
For us, if we are looking only at pensioners, we were exempted. And having been exempted is equal to government saying, as for you, your bonds, I was not going to restructure. It wasn't part of the bonds I was going to restructure. And if my bond was not part of the bonds we were going to restructure, then you have said you don't have a problem at all whatsoever handling my bond. So that's why I say when it gets to the time that you haven't paid, we who have been exempted will come and ask you, isn't you the same person who said you don't have a problem with my bond, and therefore you are not putting it as part of the restructuring program? Why are you not giving me my money? So you see the difference that I tried to explain. So for us, we have been exempted, and that means the government has gotten no problem whatsoever in handling our bonds.
Senior Jose is a member of the coalition of individual bondholder groups.
We are gradually destroying our financial market and leaving very little for it. The actors of the sector must be responsible. They have a mandate, a fiduciary responsibility to us as people and to the state. We can't destroy the reputation of our country simply because we are employed for a short period and after our politics we walk away and leave generations yet unborn and ask who are their people to continue to suffer the remnants of their ill behavior and ill management of these actors of state. And respectfully, I unfortunately have to call out the Security and Exchange Commission and the Ghana Stock Exchange, who are led by very experienced people in the sector. Somehow, politics erodes people's commitment and reason to professionalism and that which is in the interest of the country. That must stop.
We are told that the Finance Ministry intends to begin the payments of these matured bonds in the next 48 hours. But what if this does not happen? I asked Dr. Adrian Anyantwi if the Pensioner Bondholders Forum is considering legal action.
We believe government will not let us go that route. And it's not good. It will be such a bad thing to this country. Your own citizens, you've taken their money, and the time for you to come and pay, you say you are not going to pay, and they should go to court. That will be bad. It will just be bad, and the repercussion will just not be. We don't hope to get there, and no government would want to go there.
My name is Charles Osukumi for Citi News.